What's up, YouTube? This is my review and the side effects that I have experienced from this. This is Adderall. In fact, this is amphetamine salts. This is the generic Adderall. This is what I actually take. I'm ADHD. If you're new to my channel, it's all about mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, sobriety, making sure that nobody goes it alone in life. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, GAD, and MDD. I lost a wife and a father to suicide, and I'm a recovering cocaine alcoholic addict. I want to share with you my personal review of Adderall versus a lot of the other medications I have been on. Now, I haven't been on Vyvanse. That's one of the meds that I have not been on, mainly because I have found what worked for me. And when you do find what works for you, as long as it's working, you're able to stop that trial and error. So when it comes to Adderall, I take Adderall twice a day. I take it 10 milligrams in the morning between 7:30, 8 o'clock. I take another 10 milligrams between right around 12:30, 1 o'clock for my second dose. Now, I do not take Adderall XR or an Adderall XR generic brand because, let's face it, what I learned is how I use my Adderall and how my ADHD is, I need those two doses. It doesn't get me throughout my whole day because my day is a longer day. It doesn't get me through the span that I need it to get me through without having to take a second dose. When I do, it lasts now too long. The Adderall does fine. And there's not necessarily, is there a day that I feel it more or feel it less? It's very consistent. I don't have a very high curve up when all of a sudden the meds kick in. It's not like, oh my God, here it is. And it doesn't drop me very quickly. It's a very mellow drop. I can kind of feel it starting to wear off as I can notice that my attention starts to go in different directions. I'm not as focused up here as I normally am. At that fireworks show that I talk about in a lot of my videos, it comes back out. And when it comes down to taking this is right for me is one of my ideal perfect drugs. Now, there are a downside to it that I do know a lot of people do get addicted to stimulants such as cocaine, meth, Adderall is one of them, Ritalin's one of them. We can get addicted to those stimulants, but if you are ADHD, these are a godsend. Side effects that I've experienced, I've never ended up having any issues with my weight. Weight is one of the challenges that they normally have. I've never had an issue with my weight when it came to or decreased appetite. The side effects that I really feel, I have to pee a lot. I do get the cotton mouth with it. And those are really the two big ones. They usually will prescribe Adderall with a mild antidepressant. I've been prescribed Adderall with Lexapro before because some of the side effects are anxiety and depression. For me, it actually helps my anxiety and helps my depression because I don't feel so clustered up here that I am able to focus. I'm able to take on different tasks. So this actually relieves a lot of my anxiety and my depression. Taking the medication because I can communicate correctly, I can work correctly, and I can function correctly. So that actually isn't a side effect for me. It has a reverse effect for me. And I know that it has also for some people out there. And again, that's where part of the whole trial and error of finding out what works for you. Because if it doesn't work for you, give it 30 days. I mean, the one thing I can say with Adderall is you almost don't have to give it the 30 days. You're going to know right away if it's working. You're going to notice a very big difference up here. It takes maybe a while to realize the difference. You look down and you go, holy shit, how many notes did I take? Or, oh my goodness, I actually got all of this done. And I didn't start a bunch of projects. That's like that aha moment you'll have with it. But you'll notice the effects very, very rapidly on it versus some of the medications where it does take a good 30 days to understand like how the meds are working with you. A good example of that with me was Lexapro. I mean, after 30 days, it was making me suicidal. The first week, 2 weeks that I took it, I didn't notice a huge difference. So give it that time. All in all, I think Adderall is one of the best medications out there for ADHD. It is, again, one of my preferred ones, but it's not the only one. That's why there is Ritalin out there. That's why there is Vyvanse out there. And that's why there are these different ADHD meds. Again, it's trial and error to find what works for you, and along with any of the other medications. The biggest thing is have that open communication with your doctor while you're going through it, and let them know about what side effects are you feeling. What side effects are going on with you, because some of them can be extreme. So if you feel that addictive tendencies kick in, if you feel different tendencies kick in, make sure that you open up that communication line with your doctor. Again, I'm not a therapist by any means. I like to just share my experiences. And I like to remind people even too, if you are on Adderall, there's nothing wrong with you. You're a BAMF. You're a badass motherfucker. You made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today. And you got this. So don't forget, I mean, with any medication, trial and error to find out what happens. Night and day difference with this and without it. So find what works, because it makes that big of a difference. And don't give up. And the side effects on it aren't real super big and gnarly. It's never given me the suicidal thoughts. It's never given me any very bad thoughts or feelings to really just tank my mental health. Majority of all the side effects, I mean, the dry mouth is very annoying. Having to pee a lot is annoying, but that's about it. All the other side effects are very positive side effects. So all in all, it's the ideal medication for me. I am very pro Adderall, but I'm also very pro trial and error to find out what works. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. Comment down below. I'd love to know your experiences, your thoughts, your input, because I do like to share a lot of experiences. I like to try and bridge the gap between a crisis hotline and therapy as much as I can, with as many experiences, shares, and resources as humanly possible. Down below in the description box, I have links to all my different social medias. I have links below to mental health Discord for peer-to-peer support, along with things on Amazon like fidget cubes, fidget spinners that I use when it comes to helping ground myself with my anxiety. Even have a link down below for BetterHelp. It's trial and error to find out what works for you. If you haven't tried therapy before and you want to try online therapy, give it a try, because you're the most important person in the world. And never, ever, ever give up that trial and error to find out what works for you. So hit that like and subscribe button. Let's do this.